And right now it's time for that time when we have our special guest. Tonight's special guest is Andrew McAlpine. Way back before Peter Jackson, Andrew was recording a piece of baby boomer history, a motion picture about the birth of surfing in New Zealand. Tonight we remember this 1968 surfing classic called Children of the Sun. We welcome Andrew McAlpine as our special guest on The Beat Goes On. Andrew McAlpine, welcome to The Beat Goes On. Good to see you.
Thank you, Gerard.
Happy, crazy, weird, wonderful days, early 60s and the world of the surfer. Now we all remember as baby boomers, it seemed to be beautiful summers then. There were wonderful summers. We've just had a good one.
We've just had a really good one.
And it used to be like that all the time.
Used to be like that all the time, that's right. The beaches were virtually empty. We'd arrive at Whangamata and there'd be our car and then maybe one or two other cars would pull up and call out to each other and signal as you do and wave and go out for a surf, and there'd be a few other guys around, maybe one or two from Hamilton. And that'd be it.
That's it.
That would be it.
And you had longboards then, didn't you?
Longboards, yep. Yeah, they were long. They were over 9 foot long, and they were heavy with no leg ropes.
Gosh, what sort of surfer were you?
I was okay. Wayne Parks was the champion of the day, and Alan Burns. Wayne was magnificent. He was terrific. He was like a gymnast, you know. He was so good. He was just like a gymnast on a board. He was good. We considered ourselves rebels. We thought that no one else understood us, you know, because we were young people and doing our thing. It wasn't nearly a recognised sport. What are you doing with your weekend, boy? Surfing. What's that? Should be snow skiing. Snow skiing was accepted, so that's okay.
By your parents. So
by everybody, yeah.
Around about 1965, in December 1965, the Beach Boys released some wonderful songs about surfing, didn't they? I think this really sums up the spirit of the days, 1965. It's the Beach Boys with Barbara. So there you have it. That was the atmosphere in mid-1965.
Sure.
It was fun. There were no drugs.
No drugs at all. No drugs, just plenty of beer.
Making a movie that would play in the theatres. Now, when did the inkling, a feeling come over you, I would like to make a movie of all this?
But I remember going over to the Milford, Surf City at Milford, and it was packed. And on the wall they had a surf film. I thought that was marvellous. It seemed such a big challenge actually at the time, and I thought, well, I'll just take a whole lot of shots and maybe it will turn out to be a movie, I don't know. My father had an old 16mm camera.
You had to take the camera out on
the board, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You've actually brought along the box that the camera was in, haven't you? Yep. Let's have a quick look at it.
She's pretty antique-ish, but anyway.
Wow.
Anyway, it's made out of balsa wood and fiberglass with a Perspex cover, and these are the controls to wind it up. There's an old Bolex camera, you wind it up here and activate the camera here, off and on.
Wow.
Well, it worked.
It worked.
It worked, yeah.
So, technology at its best.
Technically, that's right, yeah.
Then you had to edit this film. Now you're starting to get into a whole different ballgame.
Oh yes, that's right. Belonged to Peach Williams in Nugent Street. They had a studio there that specialised in making TV commercials and other films. They were tied in with Ascot Recording Studios.
That's right, I remember them well.
And Calvin Peach, he saw all the film and they thought, well, it's a great film, Andrew, but how are we going to join it all together? You've got no cutaways.
That's right.
So I went back to the beach that summer and all I did was film guys lying on the beach, heads watching and feet walking and all that sort of stuff.
Then the big day arrived. You had a completed masterpiece, a film called The Children of the Sun. Where did the title come from?
I've often thought about that. Yeah. What a strange name. Because I remember at the end, Calvin said, well, you've got to think of a name for it now, Andrew.
Children of the Sun. Wow. Well, it really was. They were children of the sun, weren't they?
I guess so. We loved the sun.
Yes.
I always remember when I was a child. I mean, I can't take it now. loving the sun. I used to love lying on the beach in the sun. That's
Yeah,
what
we
I
got
wanted to do.
ourselves brown. There was no slip, slop, slap then.
Oh
was there?
no.
And we're still alive, aren't we?
Yeah. Yep.
Then, of course, there was the day when you walked into a picture theatre, and sat and watched your own movie. Describe that day.
Well, that was at the Rialto Picture Theatre in Newmarket.
Wow.
And there was a man on the door wearing a tuxedo in charge of it, and or taking the money.
Yes,
There was
exactly.
a guy in the box office and an usher and all that. And I thought, this is marvellous. Mind you, I learned a few weeks later I had to pay for all that. And I learned the big difference between gross takings and net takings.
Oh, okay, so at the end they said there's 2 and 6 left.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But it must have been a marvellous moment. Sitting
Oh, it
there
was a marvellous moment.
watching
Yeah.
your own
It was.
movie.
It was.
I mean, because let's look at all the thousands of young people in New Zealand at the time. How many of them made a movie? You didn't make movies in those days. Today you do. Peter Jackson led the way. But back then in 1965, New Zealanders didn't make movies.
No.
And you made one.
Yeah, well, yes. Okay.
So were there claps on the back and congratulations all round?
Oh, there was all that. Yeah, there was all that. But you know, when you're that age, you're your own worst critic. And I could see all I could see was everything that was wrong with it. I was very, very self-conscious about the whole thing, I think.
But what was the reaction? You had reviews in the newspapers. Were you happy with the reaction?
It was pretty good, really. Yeah. Got a good review from the New Zealand Herald writer. No, he said it was great. One young chap saw it 8 times. I thought that was pretty good.
But the guys that were in the movie, like there was Bob McTavish. Where is he today?
Bob's one of Australia's leading surfboard manufacturers, as you know. So he's got a big business going. George Greeno, yeah. He still surfs.
He still
surfs every day.
Well, how old would he be now?
He's in his late 60s.
Wow.
George, yeah.
Still surfing.
When I met him a few years ago, he wasn't too well. And his doctor told him he had to stop surfing for a while. He was getting run down.
Another person called Russell Hughes.
I haven't seen him for several years. I don't know where he is.
You don't know where he is now.
No.
And the final guy, Wayne Parks.
Wayne's still making surfboards in Takapuna.
Is he really?
Yeah. He's a perfectionist, Wayne. He makes beautiful surfboards.
Andrew, you brought some copies in to give away to our viewers.
Yep.
We've got 3 copies of Children of the Sun to give away to our viewers of The Beat Goes On who remember well those wonderful days. Children of the Sun. Here it is here. And the question will be, where was the Children of the Sun first screened in Auckland? We've already mentioned it starts with R, it's in Newmarket. A little bit of a and it ends with O. If you can let me know by email, Gerard at The Beat Goes On. We've got 3 copies to give away, Children of the Sun, a great classic. I mean, this is baby boomer. I'm holding baby boomer history.
You are.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah,
wonderful.
it is, yeah.
But what if you wanted to buy it anyway, Andrew? Have you got copies for sale?
Oh yes, yeah. Got copies. Plenty more of those.
Plenty more where they came from?
Yep.
Where would you buy it, Andrew?
Well, I've got them for sale on Trade Me actually.
Oh, Trade Me.
Yeah.
So you just look up Trade Me?
Trade Me, yeah.
What would you look up on
Put in Children of the Sun or
Children of the Sun, you'll
Children
find
of the Sun, yeah. Or surf videos.
When did you last go surfing?
It was at Christmas at Hot Water Beach.
This year?
Yeah.
You
this
actually
year.
went out and surfed?
Oh yes.
Oh, you're still at it?
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Andrew, thank you for coming on The Beat Goes On.
Okay, Gerard.
And making this wonderful movie, Baby Boomer History. Thank you very much.